Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Man, I love having texts. Oh, no. 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 Hello? Hey, hold on. Honey, what time do I tape the show?
Well, no one really knows these days.
No.
You know,
I don't.
I even have to think.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, you're on the air, first of all, before you start screaming
Stop
at
the
me.
music.
Such a love.
All right, I'm trying to figure out. All right,
True
go
love's
ahead.
not fun.
I called you 20 minutes ago and you didn't answer, so I figured.
Yeah, maybe because I was in here working.
Well, you're not in surgery, are you?
What? Well,
Renegade Roofing is coming between 1:30 and 2. I will call them in, okay?
all right. What are they going to do? We're not getting a new roof, are we?
No, but remember, you have to get that faster, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
they're
what
gonna,
else?
They're going to check him for shingles.
Are they going to clean the roof?
Ooh, I heard shingles are terrible.
Really, that's related to chickenpox.
We do need our roof
Yeah.
cleaned. I'll ask him about it.
I want to get it clean until the community says you need to get it clean. I don't want to spend the money.
All right.
You can't be the
All right, this
trashy
is the
house on
beginning
the
of the show.
block.
You
Don't
if
be
you
the
go back
bottom
and
line.
listen to today's
Yeah.
show, I want you to listen
Carly, you're
when we
better than
started
that.
the show. As I had the first word
Yeah.
of the first sentence
Mhm.
of the show out of my
You don't be the house
mouth.
with the dirty roof.
And I didn't have my
People are already
phone
judging you.
on airplane mode,
Yeah.
and it rang. It was pretty funny. You might get a kick out of it.
Tell her you love her.
Yes.
I love
tell
you
her
so much.
Yes.
You are my light.
Sunshine, you're her wind.
You are my
her sky,
fuel.
her oxygen.
You are the wind in the sky.
She completes you.
yes.
and you complete me.
Mm.
I love you too. Bye.
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 That's so sweet.
Mike, you better
All
watch out when the tough guys show up from.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, you're jammed in the left side of my shot. The camera has to come over.
Yeah,
towards
you're right.
you a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
Mac, do you care about us? What's going on?
That was a late start, Oscar.
got a
They
little
were all
comfortable.
kind of tardy this
Got a
morning.
little
but,
comfortable.
a lot of traffic, as Mac.
You got Mac,
explained.
please.
That's good. That's perfect. That's right where I want it.
Nice.
Thank you.
But Mike, watch
anyway.
out for the tough guys when they show up from Renegade Roofing.
That's a hostile name for a
It
roofing
really
place.
is.
Roofing
Networking.
is like shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta. When you go out on my patio, there's a little step up,
Yeah.
and it's painted, but it looks like it's got some like plaster on it too.
Right.
It's not just paint.
Right.
Correct.
I don't know. That's the way it goes. So I have to get somebody else.
There used to be an old jingle in New York City. Martin's Paints, Martin Paints. It ain't just paints. So it ain't just paint.
Wait,
Well-
so is a roofing company working on?
the fascia.
Yeah,
Carla goes to network and they support each other.
you just
so
got to
they-
get Flex Seal for everything.
I didn't. There's no sealing issue. It's just a cosmetic.
Yeah,
What
but
if-
you just
what
hang,
if
you
spray
get, you get
paint?
a piece of white Flex Seal tape, hang it, and then no one's going to know. It's just tape. It's an optical illusion.
I could run the Flex Seal
not really an
tape
illusion.
along the bottom of that,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it would just be like a white border because you could get. That's good. I'll think about that.
See?
My entire house, not to say that it's in good
put
shape,
together with
it's
Flex
Seal.
Flex
Got a
Seal.
hole in the floor? Flex Seal.
You know, they
We
didn't
would
have
love to
that
get him
back
as
in the
a sponsor.
1800s.
Wouldn't that be great?
That
We
would
get
be
that
great.
guy, have him come in.
He built a speedboat out of Flex Seal on his latest commercial.
Yeah, and didn't he put it in sharks?
He did.
Yeah, and he
That
was
wa-
perfectly safe.
That wackadoo.
The Flex Seal family of products.
Yeah.
Lavorus.
I want if you're old enough to remember the E! True Hollywood story,
Yes.
I want an E! True Hollywood story on the Flex Seal pitchman.
Does he have a name?
Well, yeah. Unlike certain pitchmen,
Yes.
he doesn't seem to. He
No.
seems to keep his nose
Mhm.
clean,
Yeah.
right? He seems to be out
Not
of
like the
controversy.
ShamWow guy.
Not like the My Pillow guy.
Yeah. And
It-
not
it
like
act-
the other guy that Billy that guy who was it that he died when a airplane
You want to start that?
No, I'm working
if
through
someone
it.
can isolate that and send that back to me,
Yeah,
I'll just
please
play
do.
that as my ringtone.
Mac, isolate that bit of tape right there.
No, he died
Billy
because
Banks.
that's him. That's
I
him.
don't know if it's Billy Banks.
No,
Billy
but
Banks is the Tybo
Wasn't
guy.
he the vitamin guy? Wasn't he the supplement?
Tybo.
There was a guy that named Billy and he
help you out.
died, I believe, because
It was cocaine.
no, but I think what led to his actual death was an overhead compartment door on an airplane fell on his head, and that's what
Oh,
started.
because he hit his head.
Right.
And then they found traces of cocaine.
Yeah, what was his name?
I'm looking for it.
Okay, Billy something. I do believe it is.
Billy. That's from
It was.
Midnight
He
Express.
had the darkest beard ever. Billy Mays.
Billy Mays. See.
Billy Mays.
Yes.
And what did Billy Mays hawk? He hawked the vitamins, right?
A ShamWow. No.
Oh, ShamWow.
No. It wasn't vitamin.
OxyClean.
OxyClean.
OxyClean, and then we go way back. You have
Funny.
Paul Popeil.
Yeah. Was OxyClean
Do you
made?
remember the name of the guy that pushed the food saver?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but the product is still out there. I saw it this week.
Mac, look up food saver and creator of the food saver or pitchman for the food saver.
I have.
Oh,
Dave Dornbush.
That's right, and we had him on the no.
Man,
Mike.
you know what? My 64-year-old brain is working today.
Point of order: Dave Dornbush was the oven. Yeah, the
food saver. No, the Jetstream oven.
The Jetstream oven was Dave Dornbush. And
Damn
he came
it.
on. Yeah, well,
now
that's
my
okay.
64 brain isn't.
No, but
working.
you're clicking
Damn it.
right now. Was OxyClean made by Purdue Pharma?
I have no idea. By the way, Matthew Broderick turns in a very, very wonderful performance as the Sackler dude.
There's
Richard Sackler.
There's only one problem with his performance, and he really made himself look ugly and everything. But there were a couple moments
Looks like the guy. Looks exactly
when
like
Sackler was having like a good moment in his life when he couldn't help but make a little Ferris Bueller face, like a little pursed smile.
Little
That bothered
snarky.
me. But
Little
yeah, that
snarky.
I watched all of that, the Matthew Broderick show, and now I'm into, just for completion of the whole story, I'm watching Dope Sick,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the Broderick version better so far.
Well, Dope Sick is more of the, it's got a little of the Sackler family, but Dope Sick has the, the results of it more than anything, although they all do. And it's still amazing
It
how
is.
they skirted the law on that particular thing.
They are believed. It's
money
believed.
and power.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's no bulletin for anybody that knows the way things work. It's the way it works, right? The way it
Well,
works.
some of us are lucky and some of us aren't.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And if you take advantage of your breaks,
As
then you
long
can
as
do
you're
that.
happy, that's all that matters.
No, you don't believe that for a second.
Me?
That's not your philosophy. Your
No,
philosophy
I'm
is
willing to
nose the
struggle to
grindstone.
win.
Yes.
But if you're happy with what you have,
What are you doing?
then that's all that matters.
Look.
Yeah, look
I
at me, a
think-
portrait of happiness.
No, look at Mac. Mac is like a big swinging D now. Here he's walking around with his
Sure.
head, his chest puffed out, his head held high, and
Yep.
showing people his cars in the garage. He's a full celebrity. and
Making
this
me
is,
film him?
yes, you're filming him.
I know.
What a twist of fate.
Since we're talking about work ethic, I have to share with you last night at football practice, and I go to all of my son's football practices.
There's been 5. Relax.
It's a requirement. There. There have only been 5. No, there have been, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But you sound
there have
like-
been probably closer to 15.
Okay, but you sound like the dads that in the NFL. I went to every practice.
Yeah.
And I went to every game.
It's sometimes it's a slog because you just sit there, sit on your ass
Sure.
and watch them
Yeah,
practice.
Well,
Fair enough.
that's pretty
But-
much all you do, yeah.
Carla, I welcome the assessment here. So last night at practice, my son, with the opening lap around the field, was leading the pack again, and I sat on another side of the field, so I saw how he does it. He does a dead sprint, and he's in like a competition with these kids. And the bottom line is they kind of ease up after a while, and he just keeps jogging.
Right.
And then he's leading the pack, and it's his thing. He likes it, and I think it's a cool thing to do.
Sure.
However,
Set the
and then
tone.
I'm watching some reps where he's playing linebacker, and then he gets some offensive reps because he's the backup 3-back, and he's running all the way. He's taking his blocking assignment. He's running all the way down the field, like all out with the receiver. And then, and I said to my wife, I said, he just hustles. He hustles. And then at the end, he comes walking off the field. And he's got the hang dog, He's walking out of the scrimmage, and I'm like, "What's going on?" He said, "I got a cramp in my stomach," and I'm like, "Oh, you gotta." And Carla said, "No, you are not going to be a monster. Do not be monster dad. You let him chill." And I thought about it, and I took a deep breath, and I think more parents should maybe do this occasionally with some thought, as opposed to automatically the teacher's wrong, the coach is wrong. You should balance it out. And in the case of last night, I really reflected on the fact that he had busted his ass for about 9/10 of that practice. This was at the very end, and he got a cramp. And I legitimately believe he had a cramp, and he was dragging his ass at the end.
Yeah.
And I think he's got, you're probably I see another kid out there that does fake it. Like a kid that was asked there's the problem child on the team and was asked to run. They asked him to run a sprint when they don't do what they're told.
Correct.
And this kid was running and stumbling, and then he was running and stumbling again and looking up at the coaches, then running and fell to all knees, looking up at the coaches.
Yeah.
And it was total BS.
Right.
And right after that's when Michael came over and said, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's contagious.
But it's like,
Yeah.
where do you draw the line between
Well, he's a little kid.
being the tough love and being, if I let him slide, no, I don't think at 10.
At 10, it's tough. But
Especially if he wasn't leading the pack.
And
If he
he's
was
not
a slacker.
He's not a follower. He's a leader, right?
He is a leader.
If he was a follower, you'd grab him and say, look, see that kid right there?
Mm-hmm.
Odds are you won't be seeing him in the next couple, practices.
He's going to die?
He's going to be taken in a
No,
bag.
I'm just saying,
He's going to
eventually,
be put in a bag.
he's
going to
go to mom and dad and say it's too hard, and then they'll let him out.
Yeah, well,
And then they'll move on with life.
Painful to watch.
That's
And
like-
he's also
It
not
is.
into
It's like what they tell you in business school when you sit down. You said, look to the left, look to the right of you.
Yep.
A handful of you won't be here by the end of the.
Yeah,
right
but
now,
that's really hurtful when Mike says it to Oscar.
No.
Look to your left.
No, Mike says, if you leave, we all leave.
True.
No,
I don't
Robert.
care who knows it. Oscar leaves, I'm done.
Robert.
If Oscar decides to leave, Robb, be aware of this. Mac, anybody, Pony, be aware of this. Oscar decides to roll, not going to do it. I don't have the babysitting chip that he has.
Won't ever leave as long as to get beautiful gifts like this, Mike.
What is that?
A wonderful listener dropped these off yesterday.
Philip Layton.
Thank you.
Is that a transformer?
It is the Autobot, because I'm not a Decepticon.
Right.
We're
Better
good
yet,
guys.
I think I might be all right if you left.
Why? This is the Autobot insignia, the logo, right?
Yes.
This will go on the set, and then
How thick is it?
it doesn't have to be thick. And it also has, it's been 3D printed. It's got the etchings of Cybertron on the back of it. Feel it.
Wow.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Mike, it's probably
Isn't that
about
exciting?
a third of an inch thick.
Yeah.
And I know
Very
you
neat.
need to know because you have a sickness for the thickness.
Yeah. Why did you ask how
Where
thick,
the hell
how
did
thick
you
it
get
was?
that?
It's something that stayed with me.
Because there's a guy that makes things out of wood,
Same guy.
and it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That's nice. Very
Decepticon
clever.
out. Or what is
No,
it?
it's an Autobot. How dare you?
Autobot out. I
And
don't
then
know.
he made one of these.
Not my scene. Now this is made of wood.
Because we love America.
Yeah, this is made of wood.
That's very nice.
Beautiful, right?
Very, very nice.
Beautiful. He also made the Michael Mayer show ones, the beautiful ones
Yes.
we have, right?
Mhm.
They're beautiful. He does great
Yes.
work.
There's
Do
a
we know
piece
his
that
name?
Philip Layton.
Thank you, Philip Layton.
A piece of his work actually hangs in my home.
You're a real doll.
Yeah, he's a living doll. You know what he is, Mike?
They
He's a
named an
knockout
entire time, and I'm sorry, an entire town after him.
in Maryland.
Laytonsville?
Laytonsville.
What? That's where he comes from.
Phil's town.
Mike, did you see, speaking of local news, you might have missed it, but on Monday's show of this week, I think we uncovered some sort of, not just shenanigans, but really a scandal.
Monkey business.
That restaurants in D.C. are now charging for rocks. Some of them are.
You're the one that brought it to us because
Yes.
you had been downtown. So there's more. Did
Yeah.
it go local news?
Spy report.
Spy report.
Spy report. Spy report.
One of our listeners' uncles is Tony from Tony and Joe's.
So a nephew of the founders of the restaurant.
And he's
Wow.
taking
No,
this
my ears are that's
straight
silence
to
right there.
the top.
Really?
And I said, sir, if you get them to up their ketchup game, I will forgive the rocks charge.
Well, they should really up their ketchup game and send you 91 cents in a
So-
certified check.
how did it end with the
Well,
nephew? Because
I-
nephews might not have
I
juice.
PM'd him. I said, "What are the odds that Uncle Tony will come on the Mike O'Mara show?"
And talk about the ice.
Yes. Because if
I'm
there's
not sure that would be a good idea on his part.
if there's a legit reasoning, you're a restaurateur. By
I
the
don't
way,
think there is a legit
later on in
reasoning.
the show, you're going to talk about shrinkage, and not
Look.
down there, but in stores.
I understand that water is not free in many cases.
You think
I
electricity
understand-
isn't free? We got to make it the ice.
Well, that's it too.
My name
Make
isn't
the
Tony.
ice.
I get a 9 to 1 cents for every drink.
That's great. That'll help too, Rob. Bring in a 1920s stereotype of an Italian American.
You know that's the only accent I do.
The ice stays the same as before.
You think Tony sounds like James Gandolfini?
I don't understand. Look, was your drink tasty? Was your drink tasty? Come on.
Is
You
it
know?
because of the sun and how close you are to the water that the ice melts faster, so you have to
Look,
charge for it?
A lot of people get confused. They think it's a ripoff when ice is actually a major cost of restaurants.
It's a perishable.
business. It's a perishable, the refrigeration cost, the equipment maintenance, and everybody gets their, their ta-ta in a wad when we charge for ice.
Do you buy your ice from a friend of ours?
I get it from Ready Ice at the 7-Eleven.
No, you're using party ice.
Party Ice. Is that, well, you use Ready Ice, I use Party Ice. In the 10 or 20 pound bag. There you go. I send Sil down at Paulie every single day to get the ice. And then if the prices are right, Paulie will look at him and say, I got the price knocked down to $20, T.
What a great show.
I miss it. Do you know
Man,
Julia
oh,
has
man.
finished the season? She watched it. She binge watched it. She had never seen an episode because she was a little kid when it started.
Right.
She said, "Dad,
Mhm.
did you know The Sopranos is a really great show?" I
It
said,
is.
"Yeah, I kind of knew that."
I
It
I
holds
loved
up, though.
it so. Yeah, and then in one of the last shows, I use Sopranos, Breaking Bad, national consciousness shows. Harder than ever to be like that.
Yep.
Harder than ever for that to really go down and really happen because we just don't do it like we used to. But once in a while, in order to get a show that the national consciousness becomes aware of,
Yeah.
you just have to have a blockbuster of blockbuster
Like Yellowstone.
of blockbusters.
Yep.
Yellowstone would be the closest thing
Yeah.
probably we've had in the last year or two, I would
Mhm.
think. I want to talk about an embarrassment, my own personal bit, not ridiculous, just something I think is a little silly.
Okay.
And I'll throw it out as a question to everybody listening and to you fellers that have you ever been obsessed or emotionally attached to a retail outlet? And let me explain why I asked that question. So I've mentioned before that Carla came home one afternoon and she said, "Did you hear what's coming to Coconut Point?"
Mhm.
And I said, What? You're going to love it. I said, "What?" And I can't possibly think of what she's talking about. She says, PGA Superstore.
Yeah.
God. Now, since then, and I have to
PGA
be-
Superstore, is that actually licensed and endorsed by the PGA?
I don't think they did it
Golfers
for free, Rob.
Association?
I don't think they got it
Wow.
for free.
Wow.
But it doesn't have anything to do with what they do.
Right.
It's not like they sell.
It's a golf
store.
superstore.
It's
Yeah.
a big box golf store.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
So, I am excited about that. And, I don't think much about it for about a month or two. Then I go, no, that's not true. Because I went home after she said that to me and I look up online,
Yeah.
opening
When's the grand
date
opening?
where,
Mhm.
Yeah.
first of all, I needed to confirm, this is how obsessed I am. I need to confirm that it is indeed going into the old Barnes & Noble location.
Did you think she was gaslighting you?
I thought she might not be. I thought she might be misinformed because shortly after she mentioned that, we drove by it. I said, "Oh, I don't see any evidence of it." And unlike certain new businesses, Cheesecake Factory, they don't put their name up, which
Right.
I think sucks. I think if
Mhm.
I owned retail space, the very first thing I would do is put my name up on
Free
it.
advertising.
But-
Essentially, yeah.
I'm not them. They've been very successful.
Yes.
Congratulations. So I have to point out that I have probably, in the time back in April or May when she informed me of this, I have driven by this particular retail outlet no less than 10 times Like just went for absolutely no reason, not going in there to do anything other than to see how the construction is going.
Right.
And I think that I feel a little silly because
You should.
let's
It's
look.
sad.
Is it sad?
It is.
I think it might be.
No, I don't think it
I cop
is.
to it. I own it.
No, you are.
He's got other golf stores. It's not like this is the
Yeah,
only thing
but-
that's open.
No,
But this is going to be the shiniest and the newest, and he's got.
it's not the reason.
What do you need in life is something to look forward to, and he's
not
looking
the reason.
forward to. it.
Again, the
Not-
show
it's
every
not that
day
it's
to
the
look forward
shiniest.
to.
The reason is the one I go to, which I still go to, is almost an hour away down in Naples. Almost that far.
So this
all
is
the
proximity
way-
as well.
all the
What
way
about the
down
one
there.
that you were banned from?
It's interesting you bring that up. So this one now will be the closest proximity to that other one.
So he's screwed.
So-
Probably.
So it'll.
Please just keep some of your stupidity in your brain for a second, please.
You're
all right?
saying
I don't want to get
you were
in
able to
trouble.
get banned. You were banned 2 years ago, so you had to drive an extra 30 minutes to the other store. But now you're going to be
And there
closer.
was another one. There was another chain that
Yeah.
was close by.
Mhm.
But the thing I like, and I'm not proud to say this either. Yeah, I don't care. They have a good bargain bin up there,
Yeah.
for stuff, and I don't buy full retail for stuff unless
No.
I trade
Like
it in my golf
Cut
clubs.
balls, stuff like that.
No.
No, he's talking about like the polo. So
I know.
instead of $130, he'll pay like $40-$50.
Yeah.
But that's another reason with that place across the street
Yes.
that I kind of feel
Kinship.
I feel emotionally
Okay,
vested.
well then that makes
You know.
sense because you've got your enemy's enemy is
Your friend.
your friend.
And by the way, that is gone. That has been gone since it happened. I don't have any contact whatsoever, but I don't go
Yeah,
back
because they
in,
won't allow
know?
you in.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Choice was
I
made by
thought
them.
I thought your face is on the wall there.
Yeah, like when they
No.
post bad checks. It's a picture of
No.
you behind the register.
It
No,
says
I walked
lib.
out and I've never come back.
Oh,
I
okay.
walked out angrily
No.
and I have never walked back, but I was never, formally, nor with succeeding discussions.
Correct. You
Was
just
it ever
moved
mentioned?
on.
Yeah, you moved on.
You're taking
And
your
so
dollars
did-
elsewhere
You're the bigger man.
to Golf Galaxy.
I figure,
But now PGA
But
Superstore.
have either one of you ever been emotionally attached to a retail
Yes.
operation of some kind? What would that be?
The Tower Records at Tyson's Corner. And when they closed it, I was heartbroken. It was my go-to place for
Okay.
records, CDs, all that stuff. When something came out on a day, they
You'd
had
have
it.
to go there, yeah.
You'd have to go there. I can think of dozens of times I went there
Common thread.
before the show so I could buy something.
But you would find delight in poking around the Tower Records.
Yes, because I love
As I
music.
find delight in poking around a golf store.
So similar. It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
I like
It's a-
Circuit City. I was sad when they were gone.
Circuit
That's a
City's
million
another,
years
that's
ago.
another good
Wow.
I was a
outfit.
little kid.
Mike, Circuit City was a great outfit.
And I didn't understand Best Buy, but now I understand Best Buy, so that's fine. People's Drug. That was strange to
People's
see
Drug?
go. Yeah.
But I don't think that were you really emotionally
No.
attached to
That's
that?
all we had. And then I said, who's CVS?
Yeah, well, also remember, Mike, Drug Fair became Fantles.
Yeah. And my
You know-
mom she knew the Fantles family and got my brother his first
she
job
really?
when he was 14.
Did you guys have a Spencer's Drugs?
No,
No,
we had
Spencer
Spencer's
Gifts.
Gifts. Yeah.
Spencer's Drugs.
Did Spencer's Drugs sell like male pantyhose and things like that?
No, Spencer's Drugs. There is no other Spencer's Drug because it was owned by Jim Spencer, our
Oh,
family
it was just
friend,
a guy. Yeah.
who got
yeah.
my sister to compete in the Glastonbury Product Show Queen contest, and she won. And
Of
my
course.
sister won. Why do you say it like that?
Because,
What's
you
wrong
know,
with you
Kathy's a
today?
remarkable person.
She was a knockout.
I didn't say that.
Oh, she still is. God
Yeah,
bless you.
but I
How dare
agree.
I?
I'm not going to.
Congrats, Paul.
And by the way, Jim Spencer was our pharmacist, and she'd say, "Hi, Jim," and that I remember my mom getting a prescription, for my Ritalin, and she would call.
And that's
Jim
when the
Spencer.
pills were really big, right?
Kathy worked at the drugstore, and back in the day, she had to learn how to run the soda fountain because they actually had a soda fountain. Yes, I was born and raised in Bedford Falls.
And then
That's
Kathy
it,
was
yes.
picked up by Sackler. and taken to Purdue Pharma.
You're going far.
You're going to be paid by the amount of milligrams you sell, Kathy.
With those stems.
You could go
So
places.
besides the one that closed and you were upset, ever have anything that was coming to town? And I know Oscar's in the city, so it's a little tougher with them.
Yeah.
But for you, Rob, like out in the burbs, they always make a big deal if something big is coming to town.
I have to give Rob credit. He is fully set up within a stone's throw from his house. He could walk to Costco.
Yes.
He
Yes.
could walk to Target.
Yep.
He could walk to Panda Express, the standalone, not in like a strip mall.
Yeah.
The standalone little hut that
Yeah.
looks like a Chick-fil-A right there.
Walk to Chick-fil-A.
You can walk to Starbucks. He's got a Hobby Lobby there. He's got everything. He can
It's
walk.
right
Hobby
there.
Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. I can't think of anything. There are two things that caused a big local stir when they opened. And of course, I got, swept into it. But I wasn't all that excited about
What?
the Chipotle. And there were lines for days. And Five Guys. Lines for days.
You know,
So
for
the
someone
food
that
outlets.
likes
Yeah.
food, you get so indignant about popular food spots.
No, I get indignant for building a facility that can't serve the need. If they have lines out the door at Chipotle, they should have 2 Chipotles or something. But if it's not going to meet the need of the community,
that's the initial sizzle.
yeah, and that's why
What do you say about Chick-fil-A? They just shut them all down?
I hate Chick-fil-A because they ruined my parking lot for Costco.
Chick-fil-A has the
They move
greatest,
fast, though. They move so
they have
fast.
they have the greatest
Yes.
crowd management of everything. I still don't understand. Whenever I get a Chick-fil-A sandwich,
Yeah, and it's a good sandwich. Make no
it's
mistake.
a good sandwich, but I always go, is it really worth a 35-minute
No.
line?
It's not.
Do you
It's
had to
not.
order ahead? Use the app.
Use the app, yeah, I suppose. But it's for my
Just
son.
swing right
and
through.
Sometimes
pick
when
it
he
right
pick,
up.
when I pick him up from school.
Yeah, tell him to get on the app.
that's
By
it.
the time you get there, just pick it up.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have him add it to his little phone.
Yes.
But
With
then
your
I'll have to
credit
give him
card.
another credit. Yeah, and then he'll steal
Yeah.
everything.
Platters and platters of chicken.
Man.
Yeah. For his whole class.
Guys,
I
it's
bought
it's on my paw.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know,
I
he's a
love
bit of a
Mine, Papa.
radio celebrity.
Are you
you know.
familiar with Heritage Radio host
Well,
Michael
can I
O'Mara?
give you since we're talking about retail outlets, can I give you an update on my store?
I thought
Yes.
I thought you. This was leading up
This
to that.
was yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
Drove by yesterday, and I had no reason to be anywhere near there. I drove off the main drag into the shopping center to do a drive-through, and they were painting the outside of the building. And then they had the doors open to the inside, and it didn't look like they were very far along. And I just wanted to say to my friends at the PGA Superstore, I'm waiting.
Mike, did you go in?
No, because you can't. You're not allowed.
It's not. You're not ready to go.
But the doors are open.
like
you
cranes,
probably could
little-
have. You
it's
probably
little
could have gotten
scissor
in.
lifts and things like that. They're doing that. I don't think you can go. I might, that would be, I think, a bridge too far.
What if you got like a small plastic hard hat
And
went
walked in?
and said, "Well, this will never do," and you
Building
need to fix
inspector?
that.
Oh, I see your 2024 hybrids have arrived.
you
Well,
order-
we could perhaps look the other way.
you order a fake patch from Etsy,
Yeah.
Etsy, and then you make it say Coconut Grove Patrol.
Yeah.
Coconut Point.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Coconut Point Patrol.
Coconut Grove
And
is
Mike-
like a nightclub for Ricky Ricardo.
and
I
a
think.
child-size hard hat.
Like sitting right on top of my head. Like it would look like the mouse that I have, Hi, I'm the building inspector.
Is everything up to code?
That would be funny. Speaking of retail, Lowe's is doing something kind of interesting. They are now, one of the things I hate about theft prevention is 2 things. If you're going to look for something and you want to take it off a rack or something, you can't do it because
Right.
it's so, or if there's something like in a drugstore that's behind the glass and they have to get an employee to come over. It says Lowe's will now, I don't know if you've heard of this, will be using RFID technology to prevent theft, specifically with their tools, their power tools.
Yeah.
So you will
It's a
have
big problem.
It is.
RFID, but
What is
pick it up,
RFID? I should know
It's
this.
a radio
Radio
frequency
frequency.
identification.
Okay, thank you.
And you will be able to go in, pick something up, blah, 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 look at it, take it up to, but you will not be able to use it until the RFID technology
Mm-hmm.
is disengaged, where now it's yours and you don't have to worry
So
about
it's the same technology they use with gift cards.
Correct.
Gift cards are
You
activated
got to activate
as soon as you buy
They got to
them.
activate.
Right.
You have to activate
Yeah.
your product.
Mhm.
And if that allows retail to take some of those clunky, you ever see the salespeople
That's
wrestle with that crap?
They
when
hate
they're
it.
That's
trying
not
to do
going to
it?
change.
No.
This is
What?
what's happening, and if this is like
You can put a chip in
it's a
everything, or you
big
can
deal
put a
because
code on everything.
all of these major retailers have reported their essentially their overall performance in the past the past quarter. And the issue is with Target, with Lowe's, with Home Depot, with all of these major retailers, Walmart, they're getting murdered. And this is all down, it goes down to the mom and pops.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting murdered by the organized crime theft that's going on that we see on the headlines all the time.
And when
No,
you
they
say
do the
organized
flash mob.
crime, you don't
Fla-
mean like
flash mob is the latest thing. They
Yeah.
Yes.
overwhelming a store by
Correct.
going in and shoplifting
And
everything.
You know,
So-
my mom actually, when she was the front end manager at Safeway, it would happen. And
Well, when was that?
I'm saying this is not a new thing. This is back in the 80s.
I get it, but this is next level, Rob. And I'll tell
Yeah,
you
but
why.
it's the same
Flash
technology.
mobs. They
It's-
didn't do
it's-
flash mobs at
No.
Safeway.
Yes, they did. They would have
They
like
did?
15 people. They would cause a ruckus at one point in the store, and before you knew it, someone would leave the front office to take care of the ruckus.
Is it fair to say that it's escalated to another level?
Yes,
now?
it is very
Okay,
fair, but I'm
got it.
saying that the basis of the
Okay.
notion has existed for a while.
From an economic standpoint, shrinkage,
Yes.
which is a term to use for stolen items,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
has not been at this all-time high in the history of retail.
Massive problem in the golf industry,
I
too. Read an article about it.
I was in Dick's Sporting Goods, big effing deal right now. Their
Lot
stock
of
is crumbled
expensive
because
stuff
of it.
on the floor out
And
there.
then,
Mhm.
so then two, this past week I was in Gaithersburg at a Giant, and then over the loudspeaker went security, and then they gave a code,
Yep.
and then they gave aisle, and then they said watch the front doors over the loudspeaker. I put my stuff back on the shelf and I left with
Yeah.
nothing because I said I don't need this garbage in my life right now.
That's a new policy because when I trained to work at a grocery store, they said do nothing ever to apprehend a shoplifter.
And you still do
because
not,
of legal
but
stuff.
you're an
Right.
employee, you're not security.
This is true. Okay,
Right? So
yeah.
when they say security, that's who can get them.
Yeah, we also didn't have security back then.
So, and let me be clear here. I know that there are rules that have changed in California, especially, and what is considered a felony is above $800 for any retail item for stolen items. That's been changed, and a lot of these manufacturers and retailers are saying that look, the change in laws has enabled these organized crime thieves, these like flash mobs and I'm not talking about your Louis Vuitton. I don't care about that. I care about your mom and pops trying to get through this.
Yeah. And it's inflation and
it's not just that. And this is how the true tell is. You start seeing house brands that are never sold on Amazon or eBay or on Facebook Marketplace being sold on those stores brand new. So you steal them from Lowe's, their house brands, or Home Depot, and then you see them brand new on Facebook Marketplace, to the point that there's now legislation in place that if you knowingly buy what could possibly be a stolen item, you could also get in trouble.
And as it should be. But once again, these platforms that we have online now that allow people to, trade, commerce that's online is ripe for that type of abuse, and you get that all the time. And so as far as this RFID technology, you're going to see more of that down the road.
Especially in
where they're gonna
sporting
do it.
goods.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to swing that club.
No, because it'll be
I don't-
locked
I
in
don't
or
know- I
something
don't know
like
how
that.
they'll lock
How about a
it.
RoboCop type guy?
know.
Wouldn't that be great?
I think they should just start prosecuting people.
Well,
I'm
it's
tough
hard.
on crime, Oscar. Welcome to the show.
No, I'm with
Could they
you.
set
Look,
up a small courtroom in the place? Like in the back of Golfdom?
Just like they used to have.
with like a guy with a machete, just like they do in the Middle East.
No, that's extreme.
Chop the hand off.
That's
you know?
extreme.
Only if they're guilty.
That's
Right?
extreme. And don't come at me with your
Finger.
socioeconomic garbage. I'm saying that these flash mobs of organized crime,
Yeah.
they got to stop them, and then they have to like literally say, this is, You do this, you get caught, you go to jail for X amount of years.
Here's the thing about the flash mob, and I'm sorry, this has to be done.
Yeah.
You have to have access to the entrance, the egress to the joint, where you can shut it down.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where as soon as that comes, bam.
Well,
Nobody
why can't we
gets
use
out.
like those big nets from Double Dare?
Like up in the ceiling?
It deploys.
Yeah, it deploys.
Where are the people that did it? They all have slime on them, Your Honor. We all have slime on them. They'll be easy to identify. It's like no, but you lock the door. That's
That's
whole
all you
thing.
have to
these
do, yeah.
giant
Right.
doors they can get. You just press a button, a big giant red button. And what idiot manager couldn't figure that out,
Do
right?
you
But he
know-
just presses this. Hey, there's a flash mob in here. Ma'am, I'm sorry. We have a theft issue.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Do
have
you
to
know
wait
where
for
there's
just a
minimal
second.
shrinkage of all the retailers?
Where?
TJ Maxx.
Really?
Do you know why?
Because you have to run a gauntlet to get out of it.
They pay, and they have for years now, private security to walk around like they're shoppers
Oh.
to stop them. And people know that that is the hardest place to shoplift from, because they have people look like they look at their mill around shopping, and they're their private security.
I bet that if you go
Makes
to
me
TJ
pause
Maxx,
when I'm putting my noodle golf balls into my Pro V1 box. By the way, there's a little golf tip for you.
Yeah.
Notice it the first time at Walmart. They'll take you have golf balls that are sold by the dozen, and they're not shrink wrapped.
yeah,
So you'll have people that will go into the Walmart and they'll take the budget buster golf sleeves of golf balls and take them out of their thing and put the good balls in there.
classic.
Now
also,
they check all the time.
Yeah, classic trick is we were told to make sure that the beer that you scanned matched the beer that you were scanning. And I one time saw a guy with 6 Heinekens and a Budweiser. He just swapped them out. I looked at it and I said, Budweiser doesn't come in a green bottle.
You got to try, dude.
yeah, you got to.
Well, I'm thinking about bank robbing. Just straight ahead.
Oh,
Bank
Mike, if
robbery.
you do that, you're definitely going to get the red button.
Mac, you had a salacious past. I'm sure you did something
Yeah,
illegal.
what's the last thing you
So
stole?
I'm sorry. How about this? How about at Micro Center?
Yes.
What would people try to steal? And
what would lift?
yes.
What would they lift out of Micro Center?
Most common thing would be drives, like hard drives.
Mhm.
But how would they try? How would they try? No, but how would they try to steal them? I'm actually curious.
So I will say I actually have something where I was personally involved in the theft of a computer case,
Nice.
where a guy came up to me with a computer case in his cart, was on the phone essentially saying, I'm waiting for my guy to finish this build. He didn't come, and asked if he could just leave. And I'm like, did you pay for that?
Mhm.
He said yes. So he left. And then we found out he did not pay for that.
Mm.
He came back a month later looking for more cases. I recognized him, called the security, and they arrested the guy.
Look at this guy.
Wow. All of this could have been avoided if you just asked to see a receipt.
Be that easy. By the
I'm
way,
gonna
we
take
have
your word for it, sir.
we
Now
have
leave.
Mac. We have Mac out in front of the Micro Center. We have
Please.
tape of when
Oh,
that
good.
happened. Yeah, Mac said, "Turn him over to me, officer," and then.
Oh.
I just find any excuse to play that. you
Just
know?
2 darts
Yeah. And by the way, just 2 to make sure.
right to the jugular.
Sir, he'll never be shoplifting in here again.
I recognize you.
There you go.
Dude, you took a trank right to the jugular.
We'll take a break and come right back, everybody. Let's talk about Chime. Credit scores might not seem like a big deal, Wade, but low or no credit can jam up your financial dreams. That's where Chime sweeps in with its secured credit builder Visa credit card. Millions trust it to power up their credit scores. Safely boost your score with everyday buys and prompt payments. No annual fees, no credit check to begin. It's your passport to Visa-accepted spots, all while bolstering your own credit with your own funds. Level up your credit game with Chime. Seize your financial future. Your credit's a big deal, so build yours up with Chime. Just open a Chime checking account with a $200 qualified direct deposit to get started. Go to chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS. The Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Strive Bank N.A., member FDIC. Chime checking account at $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Late payment may negatively affect your credit score. Results may vary.
Beautiful, beautiful. You play the horn.
Oh, I play the horn?
Yes.
No, you're going to play the horn from now on.
Okay. I need you to just send it to me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
very much. I'd like to play everything. It would be easier for me if I did that.
Well, I mean, we can, whatever you like, but.
Yeah, it's your show.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
That's right.
What did you say?
It's your show.
Go ahead. You were saying something, Rob?
I was going to say, we can do whatever you like.
Sorry. Hey, talk amongst yourselves. I forgot to get
No
this.
problem.
Oh, that's right. We'll
It's
get
over
the
here.
horn emailed up here. This will never happen again.
Today, we re-engaged the live stream for the show, so I hope you're enjoying this, people.
Oh, hi, live stream. Hello. I didn't realize that happened today. It's nice. All our friends are among us.
Yes.
You're not going to talk?
No.
No.
I just want to see how long it takes him to get his prep ready.
Well, no, it just takes a bit.
I mean, he should have been ready before the show started.
No, he's already played the horn.
I'm blowing this room up so that I don't have to do crap like this all.
You said you were going to move the printer 3 months ago.
No, I'm getting rid of that desk where you put everything. And I'm going to...
I can't wait to hear what happens after
It's
that.
going to be a little smaller setup because we have to make room in here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make a little room.
For the
Center
baby?
up. Yes, the baby that's coming.
the baby.
So we talk about
golf
bad
cart.
behavior all the time.
Mhm.
And was he giving me crap about going over to the printer to get my stuff?
A
Yeah,
little bit,
have Michael
yeah.
move it over. It should be right
What?
next to you.
Well, no, I think
It's
Oscar wants the
cumbersome.
whole printer moved.
Yes.
It's well, no, I see the point. I'd keep it right
yeah,
here.
right
if I
underneath
could.
the little rack.
It's where
Yeah.
it used to be. It's where I had when I had the setup with just that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Work
All
in
right.
progress, tweaking a few things, trying to figure it out.
What's up with
and,
the golf cart? People want to know.
I'm not. It blew up on Friday, as I told you.
Yes.
And I'm not
It's seized.
blowing them up with a phone call because I could give a rat's ass. I'm no longer using it
Is
at
it-
Happy Valley.
is
so
it still in
we'll
the
see what
street?
happens. No, they picked it up Friday.
Oh, they did pick it up. Okay,
yeah, they
good.
picked it up Friday, but I mean, it will be. I'd wait 4 or 5 days and then call,
Ah, got it.
Mhm.
and I'm now letting them just deal with it.
Yeah.
and then we'll take it from there. Whether I keep it as a few questions at hand.
You know
with
what would be good is it has a top on it, right?
that.
It's covered. Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be a great printer stand.
A printer stand would be exciting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Drew Barrymore was rushed off the stage. This one falls into the bad behavior that's happening everywhere. It's all about me. It's not about you. She was rushed off the stage during an event at a theater in New York on Monday, thanks to some weird guy in the audience. She was having a conversation with actress and singer Renee Rapp when the guy came down the aisle shouting Drew's name. Drew was obviously shocked and shouted, "Oh my God, yes, hi." And the man said, quote, "You know who I am. I need to see you at some point while I'm in New York." So I'm sure she said, "Oh my God, yes, hi," just being polite because
Yeah.
she's on stage. His plans got interrupted. 2 security guards had to jump on the guy who escorted him out of the theater. At the same time, Renee actually got up and escorted Drew off the stage. They came back out a few minutes later.
This
It's
is another
more
example
and more
of
and more and more that we're getting.
this is like bad concert behavior.
Mhm.
I know
Same
it's not
thing.
a concert, but it's the same thing.
Or people throwing things,
yes.
or people doing a show and getting up in the middle of it to go collect something because they didn't have it in front of them to start the show
It
today.
has nothing to do with that.
No, you're fine. I think everybody in today's day and age knows what's appropriate at shows and what's not,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and what's going to draw attention and what is not.
Airplanes, live shows,
Yeah.
Mhm.
people at grocery stores. Look, I know that we all have cameras. I know that everything is recorded nowadays, but do you think they really had the number of Kens and Karens in society, say 50 years ago? People weren't allowed. You weren't allowed to
Yeah.
act out like that. It's a phenomenon of, I think, the modern age where we are
There's-
weak on each other.
Mhm.
There's also a level of unhappiness
Yes.
that, like, for example, right now, I could totally spin out because there's a cursor right on Mike's screen where Matt could just move that cursor off the
Oh, in
screen
the bottom
and be
left, I see it,
professional because
yeah.
it just looks like garbage. But no, I'm a
Have a
happy
meltdown.
person, so
You're
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
be a
I'm not
Ken.
gonna be a Ken,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna go crazy. But when people do that, I think they're unhappy and they project it on people that they think they can abuse.
And furthermore, I think in an age of social media, it has made it easier to make a cry out for attention.
Correct. Yeah, like the pony boys of the world. Like he's the victim.
I do it much less than I used to. It's terrible. You're a monster.
He is.
That was Oscar. Send the email to Oscar.
Mike, what I tell you, this guy,
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Matt, for all of you Pony Boy fans, he is living his GDF and best life.
He is.
Yesterday, we were on a call with him. Just, he still works on the show, by the way. Gets paid full freight. God bless him. He has a tan line from here to here. Like you could see the white and then the tan, right? Which I'm happy
Getting
for.
some sun.
Getting some sun.
Yeah. Are you sure it wasn't just hygiene?
No.
Is he not showering?
It was
That's
a full
nasty.
tan line.
That is.
And I was secretly jealous of him, but also happy for him. I said, "That's a sweet tan line," and he's like, "Yeah, got some sun out on the lake or whatever body of water
Doing
he was
some
on.
fishing,
He's
probably.
doing some fishing,
Sure.
loving his life.
Good for him.
He's safe and fine.
Out on Lake Bloom.
He's safe in the bite and eating cake.
Yes,
He had a
That's
few bites, Mike. Just a few bites.
No, look, I
hates
think
traffic.
it's a wonderful thing, and people's bad behavior everywhere is predicated, I think, on the fact that we just all want to be stars. It's different. Go to a football game 50 years ago. Go to anything. You'd go and you'd watch the guys perform.
You
Now
know
it's
who
just
started it?
The Hogs.
No, before that, the guy in the rainbow wig with John 3:16.
Yeah.
That was the start of it.
Yeah.
And then became you man.
Look, I talk about
like
it all the
people like
time,
that.
and I know I'm old-fashioned, but when you go to the Masters golf tournament, you're not allowed to act like an ass. You can't. And it's fantastic. And and look, I also like the golf tournament where they're all
The
throwing
Phoenix
beer
Open.
cans on the.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
the
nice
Waste
when you
Management
think of the Yahoos. I'll give you a great example. Small-time sports down here.
Mm-hmm.
Florida Everblades, right? We get seats for $40, right down close to the ice. Great seats. Best bargain in town. And in front of me, guy shows up, has a referee jersey on, has his signs, puts on dark glasses, and has a blind person's cane, imitating the ha, ha, ha. The ref is blind. It's like, sit the F down. Act like a grown-up and let me and
the
my
ref
kid
is not
enjoy the
really
game.
blind.
No.
No.
But right? I mean,
Yeah.
I like when people dress up.
I don't. I like to watch sports. It's why, it's probably why I consume my football in my own living room.
Yeah.
Say, hey, there's a Giants group. Carlos says, hey, there's a Giants group here. Yeah. Hey, there's a Giants fan here in his living room on the couch.
Oh, yeah, don't
Thank
go
you.
to a bar.
No, I don't want to do that.
No. Oscar
Not my
likes when
thing.
people dress up whether or not there's a sporting event.
Yeah.
He just likes when people
I like
dress up.
personality.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm having a tough day. Will celebrities do anything to stay youthful? Let's go ahead and say yes, now that Jennifer Aniston has admitted to trying and Carla, I don't know if you offer this,
Mhm.
a salmon sperm facial.
What?
Yeah, it got quiet in
Excuse
here.
me?
She says that when her esthetician recommended it, she said, quote, are you serious? How do you get the salmon sperm? But she went for it anyway, although she's not sure if it worked. This came from a Wall Street Journal interview where Jennifer also revealed that she's over cancel culture. Quote, I just don't understand what it means. Is there no redemption? That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree with her. There she is. Beautiful Jennifer Aniston. I don't know. I
Wow.
don't put everybody in the Harvey Weinstein basket. I get that. She also said relationships are still a challenge for her, and these days she's sleeping with her dog. What's wrong with America if Jennifer Aniston is sleeping with a dog and not a human being? What the hell is going on
You know
here?
but you know who really loves those facials? Are the salmon.
The salmon does that. Happy ending.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely salmon. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of technology out there.
There sure
And,
is.
I mean, they swim upstream for all that work.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not a
they
big believer
deserve
in
a
that.
break.
Everybody thinks that if you offer something biologic, you can put it on your face. I don't know.
Well, hard to say.
Look, I'm still trying to figure out what that J-Lo cream is that she has to keep her completely
I think
looking
it's
like
genetics
she's in
with her a lot. I
her,
think
she's
it's
like
genetics.
35 eternally.
Yeah.
God bless her.
She has phenomenal skin. If you look at her, she has phenomenal skin. I think
Yeah.
that's a lot of it. But I'm married to an esthetician. There's
Yeah.
stuff out there that's pretty amazing. She's got a picture up that I shared the other day, which is the age spots before and after that
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not doctored, same camera.
Yeah.
She didn't have any technology like that, and she swears by it.
How
So
are yours coming along?
I can't do it because I'm in the sun too much. I'm in the sun all the time. You got to take a break from the sun, which is a break from golf, which
You won't
ain't
do it.
gonna happen.
You won't do it.
My
Not
age
gonna
spot's
happen.
connected, and I got a lovely tan.
I have them. Can you see it now?
Yeah, what
I
if
have
you
'em-
wore like those gloves
Like-
that they have?
like
Like opera gloves?
yeah.
Like really tall
Oh,
gloves.
he's the opera man. Gonna hit a driver right now.
Yeah, say that
He's
for
a
sport.
good boy.
Yeah, don't you have any night golf down there?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, as a matter of fact, why don't you come down sometime? I'll let you play it. All right.
Ouch. Oh, snap.
One mom found herself in an uncomfortable position when she was explaining something she does in the shower to her husband. That something was going numero uno, and the hubby wasn't feeling it. He dubbed it disgusting, but she's convinced everyone does it, and it turns out they're not the only ones who can agree on it. Her admission has started a huge debate online. This seems to come up every year.
Sure.
The woman shared her story on Mumsnet. Must be like Australia or the UK.
Yeah.
To see what other parents thought. Yeah, it's definitely the UK. Darling husband thinks it's disgusting. I think it's fine. For me, I'm turning her into Jamie Tart.
Yeah.
By the way, two people, Jamie Tart from
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, and there's this watch guy that has tattoos, has the same like Northern England accent, where it's like, I don't know everything. It's like you don't finish the sentences. Darling husband thinks it's disgusting. I think it's fine.
Jamie Tart.
The warm water makes me a wee, and I'm not going to get out, soak the floor dry off, and all that. It's environmentally friendly.
Is it?
What she says.
Well,
The water washes the wee away, and it's only wee. I thought everyone did it occasionally. There's that.
So
no.
I think some people do, but I don't think they go around saying that everybody
I
does it.
have.
I mean,
I don't do it regularly, but I have.
I have
certainly
in
a
the
pinch.
shower, but not when I'm in the shower with someone else.
That's not for. She's not in the shower with someone else. It's what she does in the shower that her husband was calling.
Oh, I thought
disgusting.
that he was in there with
As
her.
long as she's
No.
not in a bath.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be all
Yeah.
good.
By the way, women peeing, I don't find anything
That's not a
bad
big
about
deal.
that.
No.
That's not weird.
Hey, it's not only not weird, it might, in years past, have
this
been
guy.
featured in some,
This
very
guy.
predominantly male magazine.
No,
Yeah, it's like
as we
Reader's-
covered on the show, we know what Mike likes.
Yeah. Like Reader's
It's
Digest.
not true either. It's not true, Oscar. There's a difference between what I like and what really bothers me.
Yes.
That just doesn't really bother me.
We really should
It's a
do
curiosity.
we should do a presentation on it, like a
Yeah.
PowerPoint. Mike
interesting.
likes this.
I don't like it. I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
This-
And I think we've learned in
I
the
don't.
past.
I wouldn't want to be. By the way, let me make it real clear. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that. But looking at a photo of it in a voyeuristic capacity, excuse me,
Oh, dear.
it doesn't bug me that much.
Now, haven't we learned in the past that Madonna said it cured athlete's foot?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been there's
Isn't
been
it
stuff
for-
about it
if you
all the
get
time.
stung by a jellyfish?
Yeah, that's that too.
I
If
sometimes
a photo shoot breaks out, then I guess that's that.
we end today with Holly Saunders just launched her very own topless competitive league.
Oh.
Holly says the NSFW Athletics Organization Exposed Sports has enlisted her most attractive friends to give viewers the ultimate viewing experience. She said, so I had this crazy idea, a great idea, actually, of getting everybody together and creating a sports league just to show off everybody's talents. And it's going to be topless. Saunders said she teamed up with respective creatives in the adult industry to make it happen. And there will be videos of the hottest girls on the internet participating in all different kinds of sports and activities and nudity.
What type of service essentially offers what you can already get for free?
What do you mean?
Like, if you want to watch pretty women working out or playing a fake sport, go to any adult free website in the country.
But it sounds to me like she's going further with the league play.
I understand that.
I think
but,
she is. I agree with
like, are we going to get through a game? Are we going to watch the entire game?
I think what we're dealing with here is you've got it's not like a football game or anything. It's like those American ninja sports that we're having.
Okay. If you're going to build a big set and do, what's that one show called? Wipeout. Yes. Wipeout.
Similar type of thing. Yeah.
And it's topless? Fine. You can get my $19.99.
What I'd like to see is the Polly Saunders of the sports broadcasting world. If you remember, Polly Saunders was a stunningly attractive golfer, sports reporter that somewhere along the line decided see that plastic surgeon and turn into a borderline porn star.
I know, but I know who you're talking about, and I think that there are men and women that just will take this plastic surgery to the next level. And I know who her group of friends are. They're like Instagram models. I get that. There's got to be, in this day and age, you can't just go one direction. You have to have like the ding dongs out there as well.
And wouldn't we all like to see the group One Direction nude in a athletic competition?
Harry. Yeah.
I think I'm speaking for myself. I'm
Niall.
sorry. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, and the things.
You got to have both.
You got to have heart.
It's like Love Island on Netflix. Like
it's just like that.
You're just waiting for someone to mess up.
Is there nudity on Love Island?
No, but there's a lot of blurry sex.
Hey, didn't they visit isn't that more they went to the windmill?
No, different one.
Oh, sorry.
Windmill. Oh, now I'm curious. Hey, everybody, we are sponsored by Groove Life. Yeah, that's right, Groove Life. Level up your style game with Groove Life belts. I've made the switch, and these belts are my constant companions. The Groove Belt boasts unique webbing for perfect stretch. Great for any kind of sport you want to play out there, especially if on a golf course. It's great. Revolutionary buckle with powerful neodymium magnets. No hassle, just snap it on effortlessly. Say farewell to bothersome belt flaps with the ingenious Stiff Tech buckle. Trust me, your waist will thank you. Plus, Groove Life backs it up, all with a whopping 94-year warranty, making it the ultimate belt investment. But hold on, there's more. Groove Life offers exceptional wallets and so much more. Elevate your essentials today with Groove Life. It's time to bring your belt into the 21st century. Head to groovelife.com/TMOS for 20% off all Groove Life products. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use our link, groovelife.com/TMOS for 20% off your order. One last time, that's groovelife.com/TMOS for 20% off your order. Just click the button on our website. Yay. All right. So, Oscar, before you arrived today, we have another hang up for Mr. Spiewak, who loves the Costco box store.
Love it.
And what he does is he doesn't like, I was talking about the fact that if you're near that box store where the places that serve gas are traditionally the best value, you get a good discount on your gas. And in this day and age of inflation, you take everything you can get. And I'm here to tell you, for the very first time since I have lived in Southwest Florida, I drove into the Costco gas line after I dropped my kid off at 7:45 a.m. this morning, and it was a little before 8 a.m. I drove up without a wait. It has never happened to me before. I was able to drive into that line, and I was able to get in there and get out. It was surreal. I didn't know how to do it. I was like, I have a choice. I have a choice of like 3 different lanes, and I zipped in and zipped out. And then Robb started talking about the idea of pulling the hose across the car, and he doesn't like to do that. And I said, well, that limits your ability to go into the different lanes, but you said flopping around. It's another one of your hangups, isn't it?
It is. I guess it is. Now, do you have your gas tank on your passenger side or your driver's side?
It's on my driver's side.
Okay, mine's on passenger side. And
passenger
I think
for me.
Passenger for you.
You guys have American cars, right?
Yes, the American company known as Subaru.
Yes.
Yeah. The American company known as Bavarian Motor Works.
Did you ever have a car that had the gas tank?
My brother has your same car, by the way. It's wonderful.
It's a very nice car.
Did you ever have the probably a 70s or 80s phenomenon of the gas tank behind the rear license plate?
Yeah. It was you'd fold it down.
Yeah.
I know that I think we had family cars that might have done that.
Yeah, well, you see,
Absolutely.
that eliminates this problem
I think
altogether.
mine might be on my right side. I'm not sure. You know what I always do is I look down. I'm sad to say. I look down at the gauge, and most people don't actually realize this. Every car has a little indicator of where your gas tank is. It's just a little arrow
right
on
by
the side of your car.
Right
so
by
if you
the gas
forget,
pump, yeah.
But what
or
the
don't
problem
care to remember,
is that the fuel gauge, which also has that same icon, sometimes has the arrow on the wrong side. So you have to be looking specifically at a certain gauge. Do you know what I'm talking about? You
Yes.
have two gas icons. You know what I mean?
yeah, one
I do.
has the little gas tank, the other has the actual
and the
gas.
other one, and if you're looking at the wrong one, and
You
anybody
got to
can
find
see-
the
it
arrow.
doesn't matter. Most
In days of old, there was an urban legend that the hose on the gas tank icon indicated what side you're.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was never true, though. That wasn't true.
But if you're in a pinch and you want to go on the opposite side, you just pull the face.
I've done
It's got
that.
the little stretchy.
And as a
thing.
matter of fact, Costco puts a sign up that says our hoses are long enough to use both sides.
Okay.
But I still will wait to be able to pull up so the gas pump is on my right side so I don't have to stretch the hose over my car.
that's not
What is
shocking,
the big
though.
problem with stretching the hose?
It's effort.
Why?
It's not effort so much as the fact that I don't want that big hose flopping around on my car.
Doesn't flop?
It will touch your car. You want that?
You flip vehicles or run them into pillars
Yep.
on a regular
all
basis.
the time, Oscar. Look at the last history. How many cars have I flipped? Dozens.
One in the past 6 months, one.
Yeah,
and
in
then
the past 50 years,
you
one.
also ran your car with no traffic into a pillar as you made a left turn in the parked garage where there's no traffic.
That's right. I was in a hurry.
But Rob, it actually will improve your time if you just pull that thing across. And it's really, have you ever done it?
I have done it, and I don't care for it. It's not usual, Mike. It's not usual.
Is it a coordination thing? Because it requires a little doing.
Yeah, I usually fall down when I do it, Mike. But luckily, my corrective shoes have helped when I
the
pump gas.
braces. One time when he did it, the braces fell off and he just collapsed.
And then I
And
ran.
they said,
It was
"Fill
like
the
forest.
pump, Forrest. Fill the pump.
At the Manassas Shell, when we were in the Manassas Tech Corridor, right next to the Manassas battlefield.
You calling that the Manassas Tech Quarter makes me laugh always. Cracker Barrel down there.
Yes, that's where all the tech guys ate, including myself.
Isn't that where most of the Civil War tanks
Yes.
got their gas? Was at that Shell?
IBM loved it so much they left.
Yeah.
So
Mark Zuckerberg loved the blueberry pancakes. Tech Quarter. That area. If you knew the area we were talking about, folks, you know why we're laughing.
More country
so much.
ham, Mr. Musk?
Yeah.
anywhere there's a Golden Corral across the street is not a tech corridor.
No, you're right. You're right.
Does not make a tech corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those places have to be far away. It's got to be only work.
Yeah.
So I would work and fill what is honestly called the Manassas Tech Corridor.
Yeah, by not very many people.
Not
though.
many people. When I say it, people laugh, as they should. The idea of that Shell always being jammed because it's right next to 66, which is a big highway here,
Huge.
Right.
to get into the city and get out of the city, was just common. So I would pull it across, and this is when I had the Audi sports car, and the Batmobile, and I remember one day just being in that like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. tired, and I drove away with the car. I drove away with the pump in the car.
Yes.
When it was pulled across the car, because
And yanked it off?
You usually look on your driver's side mirror to see, okay, is that gone? And I
Your
just didn't notice
passenger
it.
side
yeah,
mirror,
and
right?
I didn't notice it. Yeah, passenger, and I didn't notice it. Boom, flew away. Was at the exit for 66, and someone's like honking at me. I'm like, yeah, nice.
Oh, it's
dog.
still in there?
No.
Yes!
You've done that?
Yes.
Oh, my
Now, it's
God.
like a breakaway hose,
Yeah,
right?
it breaks away, so you drag it.
So it looks like you got a tail.
So embarrassing.
Hold on.
Had to like stop, put my hazards on, put that hose in my trunk.
Oh, I so would have driven back
then-
with the
then
hose.
drive.
Because it had to have had gas
Oh,
in it.
of course.
Yes.
My trunk smelled like gas for like weeks.
Yeah, my dad did that
Fine, I
once, but
gotta
he noticed
hustle. I'm
right
on the
away.
air right
so.
now.
It's mortifying.
Yeah, it is. It's like when I drove through the
Oh, okay. All right.
the block
Thank
at
you.
the toll booth.
He's out. He's gotten into the
no.
community.
I didn't even know you did that.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking, the battery had run out in my speed pass.
I'm in here.
And I remember as I was getting closer to it, thinking,
okay, thanks.
I wonder what happens if you have no battery in your speed pass and that thing doesn't go up. Well, you drive
You smash through it?
You smash through it.
How old were you when you did that?
No, this was like 5 years ago.
Boys,
but it's
you'll
also
have to excuse
Yes.
me. I'm having a bit of a situation.
What's
here.
happening?
We got somebody outside the door.
Are they
It's law
renegades?
enforcement. Hold on just a second.
Oh, okay.
Real law enforcement?
But they're
Or fake law enforcement.
also breakaway. It didn't do any damage, but boy, the guy came over quick.
Mm.
Because, a lot of times it's real last minute when they go up, and I thought, what, it's going to go up. It'll go up. It'll go up. Clunk. And it didn't.
I never had that thought in my life. I always felt like, oh, I got to stop. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm the guy that slows down in the speed pass because I'm like, I want to make sure it gets clicked.
Well, but then I probably use Speed Pass a lot more than you.
Yeah.
4 times a day. So,
But so on the toll road, and you're talking about the arm that comes down.
Yeah, the orange
Okay.
and white arm that
So
goes
that
up when
pops
you pay.
up?
Yeah.
How fast are you going through that?
Probably like 15. Not fast.
Interesting.
But it's the first time it's ever happened.
And when
that's
you did that, what happened?
the guy ran over.
So you pulled over.
Yeah, well, I stopped, of course.
Oh, because you hit it
Yeah.
and smashed it off?
Yeah, and it's hanging there, loose.
That's
just hanging
so
there.
funny.
And I had to run over, and the guy came over, and I said, yeah, I don't know what happened here. I've got the fast pass.
You knew what happened.
And he said, maybe, do you need to put money on it?
Yeah, maybe you, hey, deadbeat.
I'm not a deadbeat. Well, it turned out the battery had gone because I'd had it for so long. I had to
okay.
replace it.
Got it.
And, we reached an agreement over missed tolls because apparently there was a lot of them.
What's going on, Mike?
Everything okay?
Yeah, I got a situation that I have to deal with here, gentlemen. I'm being arrested.
Really?
Yeah.
No. It's like they're letting you do the show before you get arrested? That's weird.
No.
You said you just want to stay till the flip side.
Somebody outside my door, and then they called me, said they were outside my door, and it was like confusion and stuff like that. And, when you're doing a show from your home, things happen. And I said, go away, go away. I said it like the guy on the Wizard of Oz, too. Go away, Tin Man.
Were they trying to sell you something?
No, it's a
Weird.
service call that was miscommunicated.
Got it.
Ah.
Come back at 1, you
unfortunately,
renegades.
The service call is for something right above my head, so
got
it's
it.
not going to work
okay.
out that way. But I really wanted to, when you were saying, is everything all right? I really wanted to channel my inner Chris Elliott, where I just wanted to look at you and go, Ted, I'm dying. But I couldn't do that. Oh, anyway, let's take a break now,
Yes, do.
and we will come back. I want to talk to Oscar about something he said when I wasn't here yesterday on the show concerning an automobile, which I'm fascinated by. And we'll talk that. I guess somebody's upset about it. People get upset about everything. So anyway, we'll be right back with more fun right here. You are listening to The Mike O'Mara Show. I have it in my hot little hand right now. In my, what do you call this, Papa John's cup? Right here?
That's a Pizza Hut cup, Mike.
Pizza Hut cup. Sorry, I always forget. Stay refreshed and energized this scorching summer. Ditch the dull water and sugary sports drinks. The solution? Liquid IV, America's #1 powdered hydration brand. Experience the power of Liquid IV's new sugar-free line. Unlock unparalleled hydration with zero sugar and no artificial sweeteners. Get 3 times the electrolytes compared to sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins for daily wellness. It beats water's hydration speed, and the flavors, oh so delicious. White peach, green grape, lemon lime feel amazing while making a global impact. Liquid IV has donated 39 million servings across 50 countries. Join me and choose Liquid IV for a revitalizing and world-changing hydration experience. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating, now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. So how did the subject of the Toyota Land Cruiser come up on yesterday's show, gentlemen?
I think you were just fascinated by it.
I've been fascinated by it for the past 2 weeks after the Toyota made an announcement that they're bringing back the Land Cruiser, brand new body design. They have 3 different versions. They have, the inaugural, whatever it's called, the first edition that comes out.
Nice looking car.
They have a 1958 edition, something like that has the round headlights. It's a throwback to the classic. And then
Is that when the car debuted? 1958? Has it been around that
Didn't
long?
get that far. I
Wow.
just know what it's called.
Okay.
And then that's funny because you love like the detail and the history. I just want to know how much it costs and what it looks like.
I see.
So that's it. And then I look at and I like the fact that you asked. It's probably the case.
I'm
right?
checking right now, yeah.
And then
Wasn't it an actual desire on Toyota's part to compete with the Land Rover? I think it's what it was. I think that the design of
I
that
think the Land
vehicle-
Cruiser is probably around longer than the Land Rover.
I bet it
or
hasn't
equal.
been. Let's see when it
Well,
comes.
how many movies have you seen on an old Land Rover? And so yes, my dad and there's also I didn't mention this yesterday. My father, when we were in Bolivia, had a Land Cruiser.
Really?
A Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yes, but the
Okay.
old school kind, like with the tire on top on the hood,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
wasn't meant.
And they look remarkably similar to Range Rovers
Correct.
that you will see
Yes,
over
yes.
like in Africa
Mhm,
where
yeah.
the Brits are
absolutely,
driving around.
absolutely.
But they're very durable and they're very
They
powerful.
last forever. I remember being in Martha's Vineyard and asking, a guy in pink pants that was getting out of like a beat up Land Rover,
Yeah.
and I said, "Sir, do you mind me asking how many miles are in this Land Rover?" Because I knew that they can roll into 200,000 plus.
A Rover or a Land Cruiser?
No, I'm sorry, Land Cruiser.
Okay.
Toyota Land Cruiser, older body. And he said, "I'm running into 320,000 miles as we speak."
Look,
Wow.
I don't think it gets as much pub as it used to. The reliability of those products. though,
Toyotas.
They build tanks. And I look at reliability studies all the time with automobiles, and usually you've got Toyota up in the top of the list of a lot of these qualities for reliability. They are. And that's pretty nice looking. So what are people
looks
pissed
great.
about?
So I didn't think that this vehicle apparently is not offering a third row option.
Right.
And it was a throwaway yesterday because I was asking Rob if he ever uses this third row. The Volvo I have right now has a
Right.
third row.
Yeah.
I'd love to mention how my wife fleeced us at the dealership just yesterday. But
How
we can
did
talk
she-
about that later.
She fleeced you?
I will talk about it as soon as we're done
Spent a
talking
little
about
money
this.
she didn't have.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We didn't have, or I didn't have.
The Land Cruiser debuted in 1951.
Great. So it's a
Okay.
51 edition. Thank
Okay.
you.
When did the Land Rover debut?
That's great.
1948.
Yeah. No,
So only 2 years
1948?
after the Land Rover.
I feel like we've been watching The Crown. There's been a lot of Land Rovers, old ones.
Yeah, but I thought the Land Rover was around for a long
How
time.
old's the
but,
Queen?
You know,
Oh, she's dead. Okay, moving on. So, I look at this car. I realize that it doesn't have a third row option. They haven't announced it yet. That might have changed in the last 2 days.
20 minutes.
But I don't know. Maybe families are larger, or you have like maybe kid duty to pick up after school. I don't know anybody that uses a third row.
I know no one that uses it. I
And
mean,
you
I
have a kid.
Yeah.
and I have a kid, and I haul kids around, and it's usually 1 or 2 or 3 tops.
Yeah.
But apparently, this is a thing for families that want this third row. And on some of these cars, like look at that for example, you can't jam a third. You jam a third row into that.
You've
You
got
know.
no cargo space.
Yeah.
I remember, boy, I had a little flashback to. All I know is my aunt had a station wagon,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a back seat that would flip up facing backwards.
Rear facing. So
Right.
safe.
Right against, right against
Yeah.
the glass.
Yeah.
Like if you got rear-ended, your kids
I
were
rode
hamburger.
I rode
back
the-
there,
on the back
you
of
know?
a station wagon just like that all the way to Myrtle Beach, and one of my parents' friends' cars. I said, "This is cool, but we
This
could
is
die."
cool.
Yeah.
You could die, but
Yeah.
but then we didn't care. I mean, yeah, I got 2 parents smoking Kent cigarettes as I'm bouncing around without a car seat. But that is an attractive vehicle.
Yeah.
And if it's got the reliability of a Toyota, but it doesn't look that much different than the old Land Rover.
Oh, Land
The old
Cruiser.
Land Cruiser.
Land Cruiser, it's
it actually
squarish.
it's dramatically
Yeah.
different. Pull up the
Really?
old Land Cruiser if you don't mind. 2021
They've
or
sharpened
2020.
up. They've sharpened up the angles, and
Max
also
got it.
they've brought the old Toyota faceplate to the front of it, which is kind of cool.
That's a nice throwback.
Yeah.
I like that.
and I like the angularity of it. It looks classic.
So that vehicle, and also if the 51 edition is going to start at 50K, compared understanding. Here you go, Mike. This is this is a mom mobile it was before.
Boy, it really turned into one. I wonder if it was
Yeah.
leaner and meaner.
It
back
was
in the
leaner and
day.
meaner in the 90s.
Hey, there's a little Ford Bronco in that new one, though. There's
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
Ford
but
Bronco.
you've seen the Bronco. Has anyone seen the Bronco crash tests? The simulations?
No.
Oh,
You know,
my
the way
God.
you said that, you don't have the right? Horrible.
So I'll have it tomorrow. We'll share it with the world. But they it's a 3D simulation of all these different car brands. Subaru, by the way, doing really well. Congratulations.
Yeah, as long as you can keep it right side up.
But the Bronco crushes like a xylophone.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is, and I wanted one.
Yeah.
Now I don't want one.
Ford has a more dangerous idea. No, that's terrible. I shouldn't be saying that.
But yeah, so this is the Mom-mobile.
Yeah,
The
look at
new
that.
Land Cruiser, fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks lean and mean.
Yes.
Won't be cheap though. Nothing
50K.
is. If 50K.
Better than 100,000 for these new SUVs.
Yeah, if you have a problem with the price, just take a flash mob and go down to your local dealership.
And steal
Probably
the
get
car.
out with one or two.
Just
Yeah,
do it
absolutely.
72
We'll be right
months,
back.
no big deal.
Just slide out of the dealership. You know, you bring 50 people in there. At least 2 of them will get a new car.
Play
Well,
the
look at it.
percentages.
Hey, it's so hot. Bradley Cooper just attached a prosthetic Slurpee to his face. But you can get get for what you need. What does that mean?
I don't know.
You wrote it.
I know. It's obviously a mistake.
But
You can get what you need.
for what you need.
You can get what you need.
You can get what you need. Take the 4 out.
Yes, please.
You can get what you need at Dermglow. They've got the scoop on SunGuard. Got mine yesterday. The most epic sunscreen in town. And that's not all. Dermglow's got the whole kit for your skin's A game. Swing by in person or hop on a virtual skin consultation. Trust me, the transformational is I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Let me start again.
Mhm.
Trust me, the transformation is unreal. Hit up dermglowskin.com and discover what you've been missing. Lightning fast shipping, global delivery, and afterpay for your ease. Can't make up your mind? Snag an e-gift card and be sure to tell them that NFL Hall of Famer. Okay, let's just go. Let's just start the thing. Go ahead, please.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you.
do the flip side.
The flip side.
Mike, sometimes being a wise ass doesn't pay. Even if you call yourself a comedian, and you literally call yourself a comedian. This is a guy getting on a plane. This was going viral yesterday, getting onto an airplane, and he sees the pilot on, I guess, do you call it the jetway, the thing that connects the
Yes,
plane
the jetway.
to the airport? He sees him, and he asks him a question, and the pilot lets him have it.
Jammer TV.
How you doing? Good. Are you the pilot of this flight? Yeah, what's up? You haven't been drinking or anything, have you?
You know what?
I'm joking around. It's
No,
a
I'm
joke.
not joking.
It's a joke, sir.
I'm not joking. I can
Relax.
pull you off right now.
Oh my God. You ever heard of a joke? I'm a comedian.
Come here.
Oh my God.
Come here.
I'm a comedian. It was
All
a
right.
joke to
You
make you
don't do
laugh.
that.
Excuse
You
I'm
don't
very
do that.
sorry I offended you.
Okay. And the reason being you don't do it because that gentleman right there and anybody who else is around now doubts what I do for a living. All right. So I don't go into your work center and shit on your situation.
I understand. It was a
Don't do
joke.
it again,
I didn't mean
please.
to offend you.
I'm
I
with
didn't
him.
mean to offend you.
I am too.
Stupid.
Wow. See what I mean about life?
No. I'm a comedian.
Yeah, he is a comedian, Mike.
I mean, not a very good one if he's
No.
not recognizable.
And I like the fact that the
Yeah.
guy sat him down and told him a lesson.
Well, it's the truth.
Law
because
and
the
order.
people around,
Hear,
How
hear.
are you gonna? If you hear that, if
kidding.
you hear somebody say that to a pilot, and you're in front of the guy,
I
in
would
back of the
never.
head,
You know what I
wig
do?
out? I'm
Is
gonna wig out.
I
you
look
know?
away.
Yeah, exactly.
Let that man do his job.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to
Weird.
slink into my seat.
But this is in the same category with the Drew Barrymore and throwing things up on stage,
Being
and
rude,
showing
yeah.
your mother's age. Me.
Show some
me.
respect.
yeah,
Respect. Right. Not about you, pal.
All right, Dolly Parton has really gone to the next level with selling this rock LP that isn't even out
She's
yet.
everywhere, Rob. She is everywhere.
And she's on a show that this blew my mind. This was like an infomercial online where you click to buy while she's being interviewed. This is almost next level. So this is Dolly Parton being asked whether or not she ever in business gets ticked off, because she seems very bubbly all the
I've
time.
never seen you get angry.
Well, you ain't gonna see it
You're not
unless
gonna
you
show that.
cross me.
I'll try not to, okay?
No, I mean I'm just a regular person. I'm not one of those that I'm one person out here and another. But yeah, I mean I've got I'm a business.
That's the
person.
Access
Sometimes
Hollywood
you just
lady.
have to
Yeah.
kinda just pitch fit if somebody
Get something done.
to get it done or to get it done.
Nancy
right.
Odell?
Yeah, it is
Or
Nancy
somebody's
Odell
messing with
hosting
my
it.
family or
No longer
messing
a
with my
blonde.
work. Like I've always said, I'll tell you where to put it if I don't like where you got it. I think anybody's like that. You can't just go through life just floating around, getting anything done.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I'd
that's,
buy it.
I do too.
That's a
but
nice package.
I have to wonder, do you think it's someone making her expose herself like that to make all these sales, or is she really driving
she's
it
just
that
doing
hard?
a PR tour.
Yeah, it's
I
also
wouldn't put a
her avenue.
controversy
Just
on
because
it.
this is what's crazy. This is how old school you are.
Yeah.
They're probably moving more units on that internet show
Yeah.
than they ever are in some of these stores.
I agree, but that doesn't necessarily make me old school. I'm just saying we're seeing her everywhere.
That's what people need
Music
to
is
do.
what I care. I'm worried about the music. Is some of the clips we've had. At first one was really kind of cool, and then some of the ones have
Well,
been.
somebody's
clinkers.
got to pay for the Dollywood bills. Come on.
This is true, and she does a lot of good.
Yes.
Dolly does a lot of good.
She does
And
a lot of good, and among those great things she does not include her cover of Let It Be. That's just what I'm
Let
saying.
It Be was a little rough.
Yeah,
right?
I did not care for it. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I
right.
wanted to like it
No,
so bad.
I get it. I understand. I get
Yeah.
it.
And let's close with this, Mike. Sometimes when a toddler talks, you just can't quite make it out.
Okay.
And it will sometimes cause confusion.
We need to poo. No, we don't need to poo. Well.
And it's a book of Winnie the Pooh.
We need to poo.
She was pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah. So sometimes you don't need to poo. You just need Winnie the Pooh.
No, you don't. You just did 10 minutes. Oh, you want me to read to you?
Yeah. But it's nice because with no pants on, Winnie's always ready to go.
Tomorrow, I would love Oscar to do a bigger dive into safety.
Yes.
What's out there? Car crash safety. Because I think
I'll
we
pull 'em
should
up.
know. And by the way, I'll start the show by going, this is the 2024 Mustang GT.
Like Doug DeMuro.
Like Doug DeMuro, Oh, I wish I had a nickel for every nickel he has. Anyway, God, he's got great cars, but he's weird. We'll see you tomorrow for Robb Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.